Hi, Ken Roberts from Absolute Precision Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Today we're in Malden and we're going to be doing an oil to gas conversion with a high efficiency forced hot water system. Currently this client has oil-fired system, and if you look down here you can see some spotting on the floor, so his oil tank's been leaking, and that's a pretty hazardous situation. That can cause quite a insurance loss. So anytime you see any indication that the oil is leaking, you definitely want to get on it. So over here, he has a oil-fired forced hot water heating system. Way back in the day, this type of system was a gravity feed system where the water got heated. Gravity fed out to the radiators, the colder water would come back, and the process would be repeated without any kind of electrical means, pumping the water through the system. Then they put this in, and that's about 35 years ago, and now they have a pump that forces the water through the system. So he also has what they call an internal tankless in the boiler. It's a very inefficient system. What happens is you get about a gallon sized tank inside this boiler that holds about 30 gallons of water. So it doesn't make much sense to heat up 30 gallons so that you always have that 1 gallon tank hot. And that runs all year, 24/7, 365, so it's very inefficient. So we're going to be getting rid of the oil tank, getting rid of the oil boiler, and we're going to run a new gas line over to the new bib that he just had installed from National Grid. Get that tested, get that inspected, and then National Grid will come turn the gas on and we'll be good to go. So in the meantime, we're going to leave this boiler operational so he'll have heat and hot water because it's the cold time of the year. But in the meantime, what we're going to do over here is we're going to frame up a wall. We're going to hang the new Burnham Alpine high efficiency system, which is 95% efficient. Put the new pump zone here and the other pump for the domestic hot water. Put the indirect fired water heater over here. So that'll pretty much save him quite a bit of space. So we're going to get started here, but in the meantime, like I said, he'll still have heat and hot water until National Grid can come turn the gas on for him. So stay tuned and see how the job progresses. Ken Roberts here, back in Malden at our completed job site. So you can see now we've got this old boiler disconnected. Everything's cut free. We're just waiting for the junk removal guy to come get it. So this will be off site, and we'll cap the chimney, and this whole space will be utilized for storage now. So over here, you can see we've got our completed Alpine 150, 95% efficient forced hot water heating system. This is a great system. So what we've got here is we've got our zone for the domestic hot water and our zone for the house. As you can see, this pump here is substantially larger than the one for the hot water. This is pushing quite a bit of water through these large heat mains and big cast iron radiators, so you need a bigger volume pump. We've got our low water cutoff. What this does is, if for some reason the boiler leaks and runs out of water, it will shut off the system rather than let it dry fire and cause a situation where it could explode. Down here we've got our condensate pump. That takes the effluent coming out of the boiler from the process of combustion, goes through these little pellets down here, the acid neutralizer, and then sends it out to the drain. If you didn't put it through the acid neutralizer, it would rot the cast iron because it's very acidic effluent that comes out of the system. Over here we've got our 64-gallon Superstore indirect fired water heater. Before they had the tankless like we spoke about, it was only about a 1-gallon tank. As you can see, now he's got 60 gallons, so he's got quite a bit more hot water, so he'll never have a situation where he runs out of hot water here again. So let's just say on a day like today when it's cold out and the system is running and he's calling for heat, system's pushing all that water through, somebody jumps in the shower, the internal component of this will shut the heating side of the system off, and the boiler will be dedicated to make hot water. So you'll have 150,000 BTUs just making hot water. So it would be pretty hard to kill that tank with that firepower behind it running. So we've already got our inspection, gas is turned on, system's running, we're good to go here. It's a great system. 95% efficient versus 70% efficient what he had before. He's getting close to $3,000 in rebates back from Mass Save, 0% financing for 7 years. So this is a real no-brainer. I mean, it's a great system. It's a great way to go. Free money for 7 years. So if you're interested in having a system like this, give me a call. You can get me on my cell phone direct at 978-766-1475. Thanks for tuning in.